Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Daniela Richterova. Welcome to this virtual open day. Today I'd like to walk you through some of the strength of the politics and history division at Brunel. Now, to start off, I'd like to first emphasize that we have had excellent league table rankings when it comes to the NSS, the National Student Survey. When it comes to our BA in history, we have scored very highly, over 96%. When it comes to our second program in international politics, this has reached almost 90%, and our undergraduate program in politics and sociology actually scored 100%. So we're very happy that our student body is happy with our teaching and with the programs that we're running currently at the Politics and History division. Now, apart from running these undergraduate programs, as you guys know, they probably don't run themselves. They are run by our staff, by professors, senior lecturers, and we've got some excellent people in our ranks at Politics and History. We've got award-winning authors who have written multiple books, be it on military history, be it on intelligence history, be it on U.S. foreign policy or race relations. And apart from award-winning authors, we also have former practitioners who work with us. So people who would have, prior to joining academia, either worked in the policy world or within the armed forces. Apart from having excellent programs and having excellent staff, we also have some additional opportunities that will really make your stay and your studies at Brunel different and will create more impact. One of them is that if you were to join Brunel, you could either join us and study your undergraduate program for 3 years, but you can also add a placement year, which would basically have you join us for 4 years, and apart from those 3 years of full-time studying, you would also get a year where you would work in a organization of your choice. And Richard will be talking a little bit more about work placements later. If you're interested in not only staying in Brunel and Oxbridge and in the wider London area, but you would like to see the world during your undergraduate studies, you will also have that opportunity here with us as Brunel, as there is a wide variety of international programs that you can apply for and that can take you to quite exotic places throughout Europe, Asia, or the US. There is a variety of internships and training programs that you can engage in during your undergraduate studies. For instance, we have the journalism course for undergraduate students, which is a free course that students can take in their third term, and it's taught by people who have worked as journalists or editors-in-chief. Apart from that, you can also take on roles as interns and help produce the division's newsletter, or perhaps work and help us promote our research and life at Brunel through some of the social media sites of politics and the history division. Right, let's look at the type of undergraduate programs that we offer to our students. Now, if you're a politics buff, then you're in luck, because we do have a BSc in politics. So if you're interested in topics such as who is in power, how do they achieve power, what is the difference between a democracy and a non-democratic state, these are all questions that are discussed within the BSc in politics. But if you're perhaps more interested in going outside the UK and the Anglosphere and the European context, we also offer a BSc in international politics, which will take you beyond these Anglospheric boundaries and give you more context into issues such as globalization, decolonization, perhaps the Cold War. Now, if you're interested in politics and history, then we've got just the right program for you, which is the Politics and the History BSc. Now, here you will not only look at contemporary issues of politics, such as power or the difference between democracy and non-democratic states, but you will also look at the history and the evolution of policies and politics. If you're interested in a slightly different angle of politics, and if you're perhaps more intrigued by the role culture and society plays in politics, then you might want to consider enrolling into our BSc in Politics and Sociology. And if you're actually quite sure that you do want to be a historian and history is really your main area of interest, then we've got a new BA in Modern History, which will basically enable you to explore the human experience during the modern era and look at not only politics, but of course other aspects of the human experience throughout this period. And finally, we've got quite a unique BA in Military and International History. This is clearly a niche program where we focus on the role of strategy, defense, security, and intelligence within politics and within states' experience. We've got some excellent military historians in our department, and we've also got a very highly regarded Brunel Center for Intelligence and Security Studies, which brings together experts in intelligence and security who also teach on the course. So this is just a very quick overview of our 6 undergraduate programs there that you can choose from. Just to give you an idea what kind of modules or strands rather, what kind of themes you would be exploring were you to enroll at Brunel. If you will choose one of our history-focused undergraduate programs, you will not only be looking at British history, but of course the wider European history, US history. Then you will be looking at slightly more niche areas such as race and gender history, military history, and to make sure that you not only understand the context, but you can also use the tools that historians use to analyze these events. You will of course be taught the historical method and approaches that historians use to analyze documents and then write books about historical events. Now, if you choose to go for one of our politics routes, then there are also a number of fascinating modules and strands that you will be able to choose from. They range from anywhere from international relations to UK or US politics. There are modules on security and intelligence, political ideology and theory, and of course on public policy and public administration, how that is a part of government, and also on a brief history of public policy and public administration. Now we've got some new staff who just joined us to teach on these strands on British politics and public policy, so this is an exciting time for us as well as we're expanding this particular angle of our work. Now, how do we teach all of this? There are different teaching formats that we adopt. On the one hand, we of course do lectures, but we do our best to mix those with seminars or group exercises we do with our classes, and sometimes we do set up workshops, be they related to some of the methodology or writing skills that you might want to improve in, or they might be related to a particular topic that is explored within one of our strands. Now we are also excited about organizing trips for you guys every year. I organize a trip to Bletchley Park, so the place where the British, with the help of some allies, broke the Enigma code during World War II. Some of my colleagues have organized trips up to Belfast or to different places in London relevant to some of the history modules we teach at Politics and History. And maybe a final word on how we assess your performance at these modules. So we do not have any full exam modules. So if you, every module you enroll in will have a written component, so this will probably be an essay or a written assessment, and then some modules might have an exam. I would say that probably the most dominant pattern in our modules is a combination of coursework, written coursework, and an exam. I'd also like to discuss the type of academic support that we provide to you during your experience at Brunel. Some of you might be coming to us after a bit of a break from your secondary education. Others might be looking to improve their writing skills. Now, apart from the guidance that you get from your module leaders, we also provide guidance thanks to the Academic Skills Service, ASK, which is a dedicated team of people who are happy to sit down with you, look through your written work, and give you advice on how to improve your essays. If you have a disability, we've also got a disability and dyslexia service, which is basically a dedicated team of experts who are happy to help you with your study experience at Brunel. Apart from that, if you are interested in learning foreign languages, any language ranging from Russian to Italian, then you're welcome to take up a language course at Brunel for free. And apart from all of the support, each student at Brunel has their own personal tutor who is a member of staff and who is sort of a guardian of each one of you throughout your studies. So if you have any problems, if you have any issues, if you need to consult any decisions with a member of staff, then we are here to help you as a part of our tutoring at Brunel. Right, and now I'd like to hand over to my colleague, Dr. Richard Hammond, who's a lecturer in War Studies at the History and Politics Division.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Hammond, and I'm a historian here in the Politics and History Division. In fact, one of the very popular things about the division here at Brunel is the fact that we bring together political scientists, experts like Daniela in intelligence studies, and also historians like myself. So Daniela has talked to you about the different elements of the degree and possible strands that you might study at your time here at Brunel. I'm going to talk to you about some other things relating to student experience, graduate employability, and the fantastic things beyond the classroom that Brunel University can offer to you. As Daniela mentioned, we make a big effort in politics and history here at Brunel to give students a full experience in their time here at the university. We've had students go on various excursions as trips, so politics students, for instance, have been to places like the Houses of Parliament, the House of Lords, and Chatham House, for instance. Or alternatively, as you might see on the slide here, we've had history students go to places like the Sugar Slavery Museum, or to Belfast, or to the Musée de l'Armée in Paris with the new military history course, for instance. It's all part of the service we offer, and we tend to put these on at no extra cost to the students. We also encourage students, when possible, to undertake a 4-year degree where they spend a year on an international program. We have some fantastic opportunities we're able to offer you here at Brunel in that sense. As you can see, we have options to study abroad for a year at places like Prague, Berlin, Barcelona, in various parts of Scandinavia, or even much further afield like Ningbo in China, or New York or California. This is a great opportunity to go away, experience more of the world, experience education in a completely different context. The courses are all taught in English, but it's a great opportunity to develop existing language skills or develop entirely new foreign language skills. And it's a great way to diversify your experience, find out lots of exciting new things, see a different part of the world, and also build that fantastic looking CV that you should come out of your time at Brunel here with. Another thing we really encourage students to do is undertake a placement year as part of a 4-year sandwich degree. This is something that we pride ourselves on for its success here at Brunel, and students have had an opportunity to go away and undertake a year's paid work in a variety of different circumstances. This is administrated through the Professional Development Centre here at Brunel, who will be in constant contact with you in the time that you work up this possible placement opportunity, and then you will have a dedicated member of staff from politics and history who will come out and visit you on placement to check things are going well and to discuss the experiences with you and try and ensure that you're getting the most out of it. We find that this is an extremely successful programme for graduates, We find that 92% of sandwich placement leavers soon go into employment or further study, and 79% find themselves a graduate level job with an average starting salary above the mean for the country. And we've had students go to all sorts of places, often related to their degree. So we've had politics students work with MPs, we've had politics students go as far as the US Senate, or perhaps in arms of Westminster like the Treasury. We have had history students go and work in museums and archives and other public-facing programs, national heritage, things like this, and great opportunities there. But you don't have to do something related directly to your degree, and we've also had students go work for big advertising companies, retail companies, big business, these sorts of things as well. So there is a great variety of opportunities, and it's again, another part of building that fantastic CV for when you leave here. And we do find that students come out of Brunel fantastically prepared for the workplace, and we have a lot of sort of evidence to back up how successful that has been. In fact, 88% of students go on to work or study further as soon as 6 months after graduating, a particularly high percentage amongst British universities. The average starting salary for any students graduating from any of our programs within politics and history at Brunel is in the 21 to 23,000 range as of 2016. And in fact, the Economist has ranked Brunel in the top 10 British universities for boosting graduate incomes. So we are delighted to be able to say that we don't only offer students a fantastic experience in the time that they are here and an ability to sort of expand their mind and enjoy learning for the sake of learning, but we can also honestly say that we put our students out into the world after graduation as well prepared as they can be for the workplace. Should you wish to continue your studies beyond the undergraduate level, we also offer 3 very popular postgraduate study options here through politics and history at Brunel. There is the taught MA in International Relations, run primarily through the politics members of staff in the division. We have a specialised MA in Intelligence and Security Studies run through those intelligence specialists, where you get the opportunity to look at how intelligence plays such an important role within the world in terms of state action, state building, the role of intelligence within history, counterintelligence, a variety of different means. And we also have an MA in Military History, where you'll look at the role of and importance of war throughout history, how concepts of the importance of conflict have developed, how historians view the importance of warfare throughout history, and a variety of different case studies that you'll study over your time here at Brunel. Beyond the taught postgraduate programs, we also offer research degrees here at Brunel, either as a Master of Philosophy or as a Doctor of Philosophy program, with the opportunity to study in depth a research program over 3 to 4 years full-time or longer as a part-time program. And this will give you the opportunity to study something in extreme depth with the hope of then publishing your work in the future and gaining a related employment role out of what you study. There are funding opportunities available to do so, and you can find details of this on the Brunel website. Other than that, we encourage you very much to stay in touch with us, whether you're a potential future applicant, whether you're a graduate, or if you're just interested in the work that we do. We have dedicated Twitter and Facebook accounts for the university as a whole, and in fact, many of the members of the Politics and History department have their own Twitter accounts, which you're encouraged to follow to engage with the kind of work we do. We always love to hear from our graduates, and we enjoy that positive feedback when it comes in. Thank you.